Hi everyone, welcome to week 3. As you may have noticed, I was again on top of grading, and grading was actually due on Sunday. I just haven't gotten around to announcing until today. So in this video, I want to show you a couple things. One, if you haven't figured it out how to go look at your grades, the Canvas system gives me a test student, so that's who we're looking at here. So if you go on the left hand over to grades, it looks like over here you see grades so far button, but also in the menu over on the left, grades. And you get a document that shows you everything, and as I add due dates, there'll be more in here. Notice in the right hand that if I have left a comment for you, it shows a little comment box, and you can click on that and it'll show you the comments. Usually in that comments box, I'm leaving you some type of note of, hey, I couldn't find this, that's why you don't have full points. So it gives you a heads up of what I'm not finding. I do want to show you, you have the ability to respond to this. So if you actually click on the homework link itself, it takes you to a full page. Over here, it says no submission because you do the work elsewhere, that's why. But over here you see my notes on the right, and then it gives you the option to add a comment. And I then get a notification that said, hey, so-and-so added a comment, and I can come in and see it. So all that to say is, there's how you look at the grade book, and there's how you can kind of notice that I'm leaving you notes in the grade book, and you have the ability to comment with me within the grade book. Okay, so working ahead, I do want to remind you, you do have the ability to revise and resubmit. So if you either did not finish something, you can go ahead and submit it. Or if you did not get full points for something, I usually again leave some type of note that says, hey, you didn't leave the links or whatever. And again, go ahead and show that. Now, there are 2 types of assignments you will not have revise and resubmit, and this week has one of them. So this is due date number 3. At the bottom here, number 7, homework number 7, notice that you now will, at the end of this, have a complete draft of project number 1 due. And notice in red, you cannot make this up. So drafts and peer reviews. Next week we'll have a peer review. Drafts and peer reviews, those you cannot make up. So if we're in weeks, and I'll try to remind you in announcements, those you must do. Otherwise, everything else you have the ability to make up. So if you're having a hard day at work, or if one of children or elder care sick, something like that, don't freak out. But I will say, if you fall more than 2 weeks behind, historically, most students have had a very difficult time catching up. Okay, on specific assignments, notice on the 8 and 9 here, so the grammar style and punctuation assignment and the learning reflection, that these are links. It's because the assignment prompt is out to a different page. So this last week you did the grammar style and punctuation for the first time. I just want to say, please make sure you complete everything. So notice I'm saying go find something in the Purdue OWL to focus on, but also notice that in the actual assignment, introduce the topic, share 2 resources. So that means I want you to go out to the web, and you need to provide links to those resources, and then discuss how, why it's useful, what you learned, etc. So please know that I'm looking for those links. Some of you didn't complete that, and so you're being requested to pick 2 topics, 2 resources for each topic, so that means there should be 4 links. So keep all that in mind. Similar, learning reflections. Okay, so the learning reflections. So 1, you need to read and reply to 4 classmates. So make sure you do that. Sometimes I give you specific, hey, reply to this specific homework number, or just let you do it. And then you need to post a learning reflections entry. 1, you have to do that because you have to tell me who you replied to, and then provide links to that, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But 2, you also write about what you learned, and please talk about in terms of the course objectives. They're linked here again. So I highly suggest you do something along the line, this week I better understood topic because we read about it, and then I did this activity, and I practiced paraphrasing, whatever. So use the language from the objectives. That's what I'm looking for. And I promise this is worth it, because the final project for the class is a course portfolio. And if you do all these learning reflections and you talk about what you've learned in terms of the course objectives, doing that portfolio will be very, very easy. You will have done all the difficult intellectual work by the time you get to it. Okay, so what else is on my list to talk to you all about? The last thing is just making links. So hopefully I can show you how to do this. So okay, so for homework, you're required to go in and read and respond to one another's work, right? So I'm going to regret being in student view. Let me get out of student view here. I know it's going to backfire on me somehow. Probably it's just I want to see that I've read everything. Okay, so you can go into someone's discussion and basically this is as far as you can go. So you'll want to grab the URL up here at the top of the name of the person. And I think I have the ability to, yeah, I can search for the author. So if you tell me that you responded to a person and then give me the link to theirs, I will be able to quickly skim and find your response. So I spot check those. So please do give me those links. This week I'll really expect to see them. And if I don't see the links, I will ask you to redo it. Oh, and let's quickly, so here's the link up at the top. You grab the URL. You can Control C is copy, or you can right click and copy. And then in a post, I'm going to reply here, you can type words, highlight those words, and then you click on the little chain icon. It says link, and then that's where you paste in that URL. And then it turns it into a hot link there. So that's how you make those links. And I'm going to cancel. Okay, I hope that gets everybody, gives you all of what you need for this week. If not, as always, ask questions. Thanks for your time.